So your classic coffee this month is from Ethiopia. It's called Bombe because it's grown in and around the regions of the Bombe mountains. And obviously they're really high up because they're mountains. So this coffee's grown over 2,000 meters above sea level. So the beans are really, really dense and they've got heaps of sweetness in them. So what's unique about this coffee is its processing. So it's got a dry fermentation, but it's also a washed, which is a bit unusual. So traditionally in a washed coffee, you would take the coffee seed and the coffee cherry and you'd put them in a fermentation tank full of water, and that will kickstart a fermentation that's mostly used to remove the pulp much easier from the outside of the coffee seed. For this lot, they actually remove the pulp first, and then they put all of the coffee seeds with some remaining mucilage into a controlled hot air environment. And that allowed the fermentation to kickstart in a controlled way, and it activated different esters within that fermentation. So we're resulting in loads of fruity sweetness, intensity of sweetness and body, but it's still a washed coffee, so it's still really crisp and clean. Yeah, I'll choose the brew method based on the characteristics in the coffee that I think are its shining features, and then what brew method will highlight those features the best. So for me, V60s, they bring out lots of clarity. They're not huge on body, but loads of fruit sweetness and lots of clean, bright acidity is like the two things that they highlight best for me. And that's what this coffee really has going for it, is the fruit sweetness and the acidity. So I've paired it that way. Something like a Kalita, which is a very similar brew method, but slightly different in execution, highlights more body for me. So I really like putting natural coffees through that. Like even on smell, before you even taste it, it's like really floral, really lemony. So you can really, really taste the difference that dry fermentation has added. If you're familiar with washed Ethiopians, you'll be pretty familiar with the profile. They're normally very tea-like, very delicate, lots of hints of florals, hints of citrus. This one has a much deeper, more intense fruit sweetness to it, but without any of the bigger body necessarily, or the funk that a full natural Ethiopian might have. It's like a perfect balance between cleanness, but also fruit intensity. It's a really, really delicious coffee.